This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
This is going to be an extremely busy month. I have to watch 104 soccer games, follow the pregame, the postgame, yell useless opinions at the TV. It's a lot. So I knew that when it comes to screening for colon cancer, the choice was clear. The Cologuard Plus test. It can be used at home and can only take 15 minutes, so I can do it during halftime and not miss any action. If you are 45 or older and at average risk, ask your healthcare provider about screening for colon cancer with the Cologuard test. You can also request a prescription at Cologuard.com.
This is the way.
We want it men.
This episode is brought to you by Fox One. Watch all 104 matches of the FIFA World Cup live in 4K for just $19.99 a month with 3 days free. Build your own multi-view, choose up to 3 streams, and follow player spotlights. Stay on top of every moment with live stats, highlights, and instant replays. The FIFA World Cup, streaming live on Fox One. Offers are subject to change. See fox.com for complete terms and conditions.
Welcome to a new era of baseball's great spectacle, the T-Mobile Home Run Derby, live on Netflix. The biggest sluggers in baseball put their talents to the test on All-Star Weekend. Raw power meets star power. Big swagger meets bigger slams. And you don't swing to make contact. You swing to make history. Watch the T-Mobile Home Run Derby live on Netflix, Monday, July 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific.
Welcome to episode 296, right, Jason? Sure, we'll do that. Smuggler's Galaxy podcast. This is our extra special coming home from Joefest in Augusta. 2 hours left on our trip, so just Joefest recap today. I picked up some stuff for my wife, which was a Scalita from Monster High and some ET stuff, and that was pretty much it. And I know you didn't pick anything up.
No, I didn't pick anything up. I felt like I've skipped this show for 2 years, mainly because of the distance. Like, we have a lot of great toy shows in Atlanta, so I don't really feel like I need to travel far for a toy show. And it's in the name, Joefest. It's all G.I. Joe stuff, but more than like Joe Lanta, like, I guess I was expecting more of something like Joe Lanta, where G.I. Joe was present, but it wasn't overwhelming. And here I felt like 90% of everything was G.I. Joe. So if you're not into Joe, you're not going to be able to find anything, and that's the boat I was in.
Yeah, I agree, but I disagree, because there was a couple of booths that had a bunch of good Star Wars stuff, but unfortunately it was all stuff I already had or stuff I didn't need or didn't want. I saw a lot of graded stuff, a lot of loose graded, some mint on card graded, a lot of loose ships. Well, TIE fighters, they had an A-Wing. I didn't know how much that guy wanted, but I did see some loose TIE fighters. I mean, if it was a show that 3 or 4 years ago in the beginning of my collecting journey, I would have been happy with, but at this point, it's kind of hard to not justify it, but say like, yay, it was a great show. But no, I enjoyed it. It was a good day. I got to spend time with Jason and see some friends, and that's kind of, I guess, what matters at this point, is collecting the memories.
Sorry, I'm a little frustrated with traffic right now.
Jason's driving.
It's just like it's a 2-lane highway, and there's people in the passing lane treating it like it's the personal lane, and this Ford was just about to pull out in front of me. I mean, they're like in the middle here.
Right, we're about to get cut off. It's been fun. It's been a fun drive. Jason's been frustrated. And yeah.
No, we're slowing down now in the passing lane.
Anyways, what was the wildest thing you saw at Joefest?
I liked a lot of Billy Galaxy stuff because he had stuff from Japan.
Yeah.
And that's not something you see often. I wish I was more into that kind of stuff. There was ticket stubs for like Temple of Doom and things I had never heard of before. He had a ticket stub for Star Wars. So there was a lot of good stuff at Billy's booth.
Yeah, he did. I saw he had a Back to the Future 2 ticket stub. He had, I don't know if you said Indy, but he had some stuff from Indiana Jones. And it was a lot of cool stuff at his booth. His booth, it had a $150,000 rocket firing FET that he just picked up from AFA. So that was, you don't see one of those. It was cool seeing that. That's something you don't see every day. I did see a FanFest mini Lego Ghost that was like they only made I guess 700 of them, and the guy was wanting like $500 for it. And I was like, I didn't, not that I didn't trust the guy, but I looked it up on eBay, and sure enough, that's what they're going for. I mean, they're selling for the $450 to $500 range, yeah. I told him I'd offer him $100 cash, and he's like, I take credit cards. So that if I had the $500, I'd have walked away with that. But I got other things I want to spend $500 on.
Yeah, like bills.
Bills are fun. It's fun being an adult, isn't it?
Oh, it's a blast. Nothing better than a mortgage.
Yeah. You got to have a place to live. We did see, I saw Jordan and Richard for a minute. You saw Jesse. I missed Jesse.
Yeah.
And then we got to have lunch with Tony in our normal lunch place down there.
I've never been there before.
You've never been with us?
No, I've never been to that place. We went to a whiskey bar.
Okay.
Whiskey burger bar or something like that. I didn't have whiskey, so.
Right.
The last time we went.
Interesting, because that's the place we've always gone to in the past, but I don't know. I know we've gone to other places. So yeah, we've only recorded for 5 minutes.
Well, we can stretch it out.
We'll stretch it out. I like this show. The worst part about this show is it's a 3-hour drive for us to get down here. So unless,
one way 3 hours.
Right, one way. So it's a day, So I mean, when we get there, the way I look at this show is you do a lap. So it could take you a couple of hours to do a lap, and then you go have lunch, and then you do another lap, and then you leave.
I did a lap, and I said, "Oh no, there's nothing that I'm like there." In terms of Star Wars, there was a lot of beater, vintage figures. There was a couple carded figures. A lot of modern vintage collection, and when I say modern, I mean like the stuff that you can buy in the past year or two, not the vintage stuff from vintage. I say that from like 2010 to 2012, the first run of the vintage collection. A lot of Black Series.
Yeah.
There was a couple of lunch boxes here and there, a couple a couple of box Jabas I saw. Vintage Rancor, a lot of like aliens that were $5 from like the modern era of Star Wars. There's some battle droids, clones, things like that. But that was my hesitation about coming to this show, is that there was really nothing that I was looking for. So why bother going? Especially, I don't think it would be that big of a deal if it wasn't the 3-hour drive.
Right. Yeah, if it was an hour and a half, we'd be like, we'd be happier with it, I guess.
Where's the Starfest? Or the Wars Fest?
The Wars. I truly think that, maybe like Rebel Scum Con in Texas would be the one to go to, but that's a 3-hour plane ride.
Plus a 2-hour ride to the airport.
Right. So that's an investment. I'm not saying I would like to make it out there one day, see what that's about, because it does seem like there's, everybody that I know that's gone there has had a good experience with them. So I think it'd be a fun show to go to. But yeah, unless you want to go to like Star Wars Celebration, which is everything Star Wars, but then you're paying a premium, I think, for that kind of stuff, because it's a lot of money to get there. It's a lot on those vendors to get there and put their wares out.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's some comic books there. I'm not into comic books, but that was available. A lot of Joe books. Yeah,
a lot of Joe books. I went and looked. Somebody had some graded comics, and when I went there, it was all G.I. Joe. And that being said, it is a G.I. Joe show. Centered show.
A lot of action figure making companies, a lot of 3D printed items, which I'm like, why? I should be doing that.
Right.
A lot of what was I going to say? A lot of military stuff.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, which makes sense because it's a G.I. Joe thing. That's the one thing I do like about this show, but I'm not into because like Mythic Legion would come out here a lot, but now they're coming to Toylanta, and you had a lot of the makers would come out and show their wares and show what they're bringing to the table in the next couple of years. So that was kind of cool, but I don't know, it just didn't hit me like it did in the past, and maybe because I'm kind of like, I'm not, the excitement over that kind of stuff's gone for me a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to get overexcited and get over my skis and spend a lot of money on stuff that I don't really need.
The rumor on the show floor, I mean, you don't put much stock into those because they can be wrong sometimes, is that Joefest might eventually move to Orlando.
Yeah, I mean, if they can sustain that, that's good on them, because we were talking at lunch with Tony that, especially if they can do it in the winter, all these people that are into the 12-inch G.I. Joes and stuff are retiring, so naturally they'd be down in Florida. That's where most retirees go. So it could be and get a trip to Orlando in.
Yeah, especially those 12-inch G.I. Joe collectors. They're getting to retirement age, so just do it in the villages.
Yes, everybody's going to have the scrunchies and color-coded stuff, and we'll maybe have some adult activities after hours.
But I mean, if you're a G.I. Joe fan, go for it. This is the place for you. This is probably better than Joelanta, just because Joelanta is more homogenized and it's got a lot of different vendors selling other things other than G.I. Joe, where this predominantly felt like 90% was Joe.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of Joe. I think Joelanta is becoming just a smaller version of Toylanta, because it didn't feel like it had a lot. It felt less G.I. Joe centric the last time we went. What am I thinking? Like, as far as the 3D printed stuff, I don't get. I did see people that were doing, was it more like background stuff, or more just like, here, I made a 3D printed crap?
So, some of it was set pieces, some of it was backgrounds. Like, I saw somebody who was, I glanced at it, I didn't really stop and look, but they had like dumpsters, and they had graffitied the dumpster, and it looked like it belonged in like a New York City kind of street scene. But they also had somebody who printed the command center of an aircraft carrier for the classified series. So it was like a 6-inch scale command center.
Yeah.
And he had a bunch of like what do you call them, like tactical screens, like screens that you would look at to know where your enemy is. They're clear, so they must have printed resin onto the screen and then 3D printed the frame for the screen. So they had a bunch of that kind of stuff, and it all looked pretty good. I mean, I look at things and I don't want to judge other artists, but I just approach it differently, and I'm like, okay, I would do this, I would do that, I would do this. The weird thing was I was watching a video this morning on YouTube of a couple collectors in the UK, and I like to follow them because they do all the like echo bass stuff. There's another convention that would recently happen with a couple podcasters in the UK. They put on their first show. So I just like, there's no, it's kind of just like a free, a blank slate. There's no politics behind the scenes. Like, I don't know these people. It's just good to watch it and not be like, oh, I know this guy. Oh, this guy again. I know this guy. Yeah. And so I watched their video this morning, and they were talking about the rumors for 2026, which we can get into in a minute, about what's happening with Lego and Hasbro. And then they went into their review of The Mandalorian and Grogu. And then I go up to Billy Galaxy's booth, and the gentleman was right there. I'm like, what? Does not compute. I'm hallucinating right now. There's no way that this guy's here. And yeah, it was here. I wish I had said something, but...
I'm like that one guy that was like, I listened to your podcast. So that was the first time that happened to you today.
Yeah, that was Mackenzie, and it was good to meet him. It was weird for somebody to recognize my voice.
Because I'm normally the one that gets recognized, but...
Yeah, I'm the quiet one.
Yeah, but I think I've kind of taken the quiet role a little bit, trying to calm down, and I totally missed it, because we had separated for the first go-round, because sometimes we'll try to stay together, but if I go off or you go off, it's just like, I'll see you later. So I'd missed him.
Yeah, I anticipated like meeting up with you at some point. I saw you had met somebody and you were giving him a hug and hanging out, so I was like, I'll just go ahead. And the next thing I know, like, I meet up with Tony, and Tony's following me around. Not following me, we're hanging out.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I saw some people. I don't remember who all I saw. Oh yeah, that was shoot, I forgot that dude's name. We hung out with them, man, with Jordan one time, and he ended up knowing my stepdaughter and stuff. So yeah, I suck at names, but they remember me. So, yeah, it was cool seeing Tony, but we see Tony everywhere. Not that I don't like seeing Tony. We see him a lot. Jordan, Richard, and Chris from Florida, him and his wife had come up. Hung out with them for a little bit. And, of course, Billy and Rich. It was cool hanging out with them.
Yeah.
I was kind of a little aggravated, but this is me being aggravated. I get aggravated with the quote-unquote scalpers. They buy stuff for $5 or $6 at Walmart and sell them for $15. Because there was a Back to the Future car that I wanted, and I think it's a $5 or $6 car that the guy was selling for $15. I don't know if that's what they're going for on the open market, secondary market rather or not, but I'm like, I'll just wait and catch it at Walmart when I see it. I don't want it that bad. And we ran into Blake on the way out, and talking to Blake, we were all kind of like, yeah, we're here to see people and hang out, and I'm at the point, and I think I've mentioned this in the past, that it's hard for me to spend money on things, because I'll buy it, you have that rush, and then you put it on your shelf and forget about it by the time you get home, and then you never look at it again. And I think I'm at the point now where it's like I still enjoy the collecting and I enjoy the chase, but I'm also trying to be more mindful of what I buy and make sure that it means something. Be more thoughtful and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not just buying it to buy it.
Some of the rumors I've heard for 2027 with Lego is that they're going to do a Macquarie set.
Ooh.
So you might get the Macquarie characters. I don't know if that would be like a Macquarie style X-Wing or what, but I know that at least for the minifigs, they're rumored to get a Macquarie style minifig set.
So would it be with a ship or just minifigs?
I don't know. I just know the rumor of the minifigs.
Interesting.
And also a George Lucas minifig of some sort.
From Lego?
Yeah.
I love some Legos, so that'd be cool to see what they do with it. I mean, it is the 50th next year, so they can do some stuff with it, do some different things.
And then Yak Face posted a couple rumors for 2027. With the vintage collection, they had talked about a Darth Vader, which, I mean...
What? No!
Yeah. Which makes sense for the 50th, but at the same time, like, is this going to be a ground up? Because they've done that before. I think the Rogue One vintage collection figure was a ground up Darth Vader redo. A lot of the Vaders, like the Vader that was released with the advanced TIE fighter in the vintage collection, was a Kit Bash. So, like, okay, we can make another Vader. It's just similar to the last one. Same thing with the Stormtrooper. That was another rumor, is that for 2027 they're going to do a new Stormtrooper. But, I mean, they've been releasing Stormtroopers on different card backs for a while now. I don't know how much more improvement you can actually make, because the Rogue One Stormtrooper is pretty much a definitive Stormtrooper. The other rumor they had was that, I mean, this doesn't come as a shock with the Starfighter coming out, Ryan Gosling vintage collection figure for his character. Which, yeah, okay, water's wet. New movies coming out. You're going to put the main character as a vintage collection character figure.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's Ryan Gosling, who it's a big star to begin with.
Yeah. That's the one thing I'm a little hesitant about. Can I look past the fact that it's Ryan Gosling? Because a lot of the actors in Star Wars, not always, a lot of the actors are unknowns. I know, like, Ewan McGregor, Liam Neeson, they weren't unknowns, and it worked with them. Natalie Portman was up and coming, so if a star's too big, will they be too big for Star Wars? Like, can you look past it? I know Jerry was talking about Sigourney Weaver. I didn't have a problem with that last episode.
Right.
With Grogu and Mandalorian and Grogu. The final rumor was a George Lucas figure that they posted, and that hopefully at San Diego Comic-Con we'll get an announcement for a George Lucas action figure.
And what's the number?
I don't know.
Did they? Are you? What? Were they saying that they were going to do it as a 3.75?
Yeah, it's going to be part of the vintage collection, and
but that was supposed to be rumored. That's rumored to be that number.
I mean, it's possible, because we don't have anything announced for 3.75, and they keep hinting that it's going to be something special. So you do a George Lucas figure, that'd be special.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be mad about that. And to me, that would make sense. It's fitting, because what else would you put? Because, you know, if they do like a Bo-Katan or you know, another Mandalorian or something, it's, why would you do that with that number? You know, if you saved it for George Lucas, it would I think be fitting, and I don't think people would be mad at that.
But I think this is a George Lucas as a director in 1976 on the set of Star Wars. I don't think this would be another George Lucas as a Stormtrooper figure.
Right, or George Lucas, the one that is in his the latest picture of him in his museum where he's looking all dapper.
Yeah, suave George Lucas.
Yeah.
Well, hello, ladies. Welcome to my museum.
Look at all my paintings.
You can look at the Star Wars stuff. I begrudgingly put it in here.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, we talked about that with Billy, about how it was like he was almost forced to put the Star Wars stuff in there, because he's like, you know, you got to put Star Wars stuff in there because that's what people want to see. And he's like, well, I don't want to put Star Wars stuff in here. And we're like, you need to.
And some of that stuff is replicas. Like, one of the images that they showed with George being suave was General Grievous in his wheel bike.
Right.
That was a digital asset. They never actually had a wheel bike on set.
Oh.
But it's in the museum.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, General Grievous was a digital asset.
Right.
And he's on the wheel bike.
Yeah.
It was never used in Episode 3, but it's in the museum.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
I mean, I love Star Wars, so I would go to the museum and check out the Star Wars section, but there's Norman Rockwell paintings that he owns.
Yeah.
And I would love to see that stuff. He's got a world-class art collection. I mean, when you got billions of dollars, what are you going to do with it? Right. You invest into art.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess, because, I wouldn't think that would be part of the museum, I guess. You think George Lucas, you think Star Wars. You think movies. You don't think, oh, this guy had a world-class art collection. I think they would have to kind of put it in the description or something. You'd have to preference it if you were coming to the museum. Hey, this is what you're going to see is George Lucas's world-class art collection.
Hopefully he has some of the Macquarie stuff still.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And that goes on display. It would be great to see an original Macquarie piece of art. It would be great to see a matte painting used in film, because those are just amazing pieces of work. And I think when you get close to them, like in the camera, they look pretty detailed. When you get close, I think they're a little bit more like broad strokes.
I wrote a little song to remind you, Choice Hotels get you more of the experiences you value. The Cambria Hotel's got it all. A rooftop bar, have a ball. Cocktails up here feel just right. Is Cambria amazing? All right. Bring a date, your teen, or even your mom. Book direct at choicehotels.com. See you on the roof.
Adobe Firefly is the all-in-one creative studio with AI-powered image and video editing for today's creative process. Built for creators of every kind, Firefly helps you generate, edit, and experiment fast. Because the asks aren't getting smaller, the budgets aren't getting bigger, and the timelines, still tight. With all the best creative AI models in one place, Firefly brings your ideas to life. Unlock a better way to make with Adobe Firefly.
Well, the camera you don't need to be that detailed because you lose stuff in the camera. Because, I mean, you had done a backdrop for Rogue Fun that we ended up not using, and when you see it in person, it doesn't look good, but when you see it on a film or in a picture, it looked perfect.
Yeah.
It looked really good.
Yeah. So those are the leading rumors. Mando and Grogu have kind of broken even the movie itself, which is good, but it's the lowest grossing Star Wars film to date.
Yeah, and that's something else we were talking about today. It's like, the first time I watched it, I was being a Star Wars fan and picking it apart. I think a lot of people, that's sort of their reaction to it. And then when you go see it again, you're like, oh, this really is a good movie. So, I mean, if you can go and turn your Star Wars brain off for 2 hours, you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah. I get the feeling that, and this is kind of a weird sense, and it's not over yet. Don't take this the wrong way, but I mean, I've been a Star Wars fan long enough to know at one point that it was a bad thing to be a Star Wars fan. You were seen as a nerd. You're an outcast.
Yeah.
It's not something that you should be talking about in public, to being completely accepted by the popular culture and the general public. Oh, you like Star Wars? I do too.
Right. Everybody loves Star Wars.
Everybody loves Star Wars. Well, where were you 20 years ago?
Right.
So right now, where it kind of feels like a has-been.
Yeah, a little bit. It is. You are kind of getting that dip where people are into other things now, and everybody's like, "Oh, you're a Star Wars guy." And truthfully, it kind of almost feels that way at these shows too. That people are like, "Oh, you're Star Wars," and not that it's a bad thing. I mean, I'm not saying it's a negative. Like, we've been treated negative at these shows, but you do feel that it's definitely in a decline.
And I see Obsession and Backrooms, these movies about these by young filmmakers going on to make hundreds of millions of dollars and outgrossing Mando and Grogu. Spielberg's got Disclosure Day, and a lot of people are just like, "Okay, boomer, you see your alien movie," and it's like, show some respect. This is George Lucas, the man who created the blockbuster. Like, these young kids wouldn't have it today if it wasn't for Steven Spielberg and George Lucas to pave the way forward.
Right.
And the way that people are just reacting about Star Wars in general and Steven Spielberg, I just feel like the best days might be behind.
Right.
But at least that's just my sense. And like, He-Man bombed, That was a thing that was big when I was a kid.
I didn't know that He-Man had bombed. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, He-Man bombed, but it's a lot of like these younger, fresh ideas, not the IP-driven stuff. You know, Disney kind of feels like they can just invest $150 million into a property and then boom, we got $1 billion. And it's just, that's not the way. It's like, I think Obsession costs like $1 million to make, and it's gone on to gross $150 million or something like that. It's a different time for movies and the habits of people, and I don't know.
Yeah, and I think you do have a lot of people that are like, it's where do you put the blame? Do you put the blame on the movie theaters for not keeping up with their maintenance on things, or do you blame the movies, the movie studios? Because I did see a thing. Somebody was talking about how, if I'm going to go see a movie, but it's at this theater, I'm not going to go see it because I'm going to go to the big, 4D down the street or whatever, because I know I'm going to have the big sound I'm going to have. It's going to be worth it. But if I'm going to go see it at the rinky-dink theater down the street, I'll just wait for my house because I know everything's going to work right at my house.
Yeah. And also, like, you go see a movie at 1:15, you've got 30 minutes of commercials before you actually see the trailer. And I don't mean the movie itself. I don't mean like you got 30 minutes of movie previews. You're going to be sitting there with the M&M commercial, the Chevy commercial, the Coca-Cola commercial. I can do that at home.
Yeah.
And watch commercials. The thing I liked, so I went to Dallas for a couple days, and I had an evening to myself. My company covers like my meals while I'm on travel, so I decided to go to Alamo Drafthouse, which I wish we had one here in Atlanta.
Oh, dude, how was that?
It was incredible because they played a bunch of introductions for the He-Man commercial, Masters of the Universe. They played the introduction to the Masters of the Universe, the cartoon. They showed vintage footage of because back then there was no internet, so if you wanted to promote a toy, you had to actually go to malls and set up things to help spread the word of mouth. And so they were showing video footage from presentations at malls to show what the product is for the next season for He-Man. And then they played this game. Well, I'm getting out of myself. They played this game called IKEA or He-Man, where they would name they would provide you with a name that you had to determine if that was a character from He-Man or if that was a product from IKEA. And so they might say Nam-Man, something like that.
Yeah.
And it was actually a product from IKEA. So they went back and forth with that for a while. And then they closed it off with that He-Man meme where he sings Four Non-Blondes, What's Going On.
Uh-huh.
They played that. And then they cut right into the movie. There's very little of commercials or anything. It was the perfect experience. It's an experience tailored for the moviegoers.
You're right.
Not for selling ad space for 30 minutes. And I guess I need to stop yelling at the clouds. I wish we had one of those because it was a great experience. It wasn't the 30 minutes of commercials, and I do think that turns people off.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, you should. But the 30 minutes of commercials is ridiculous. I understand having a couple of trailers, maybe 15 minutes at the most. But there again, it's like, okay, if the movie's supposed to start at 1, start it at 1:15, or say, okay, movie starts at 1, but it's, you could, but then the movie starts at 1:30,
Well, at Regal, it used to be the 20. So the 20 minutes prior to the start of a movie, they had a program that went behind the scenes on movies, and they would show, again, I'm yelling at clouds. They would show a couple commercials, but then at 1:15 when the movie started, you'd get a couple trailers, and maybe 10 minutes of that, and then the movie would start.
Right.
Now you can walk in 30 minutes late because it's all assigned seats and see your movie if you really wanted to. I'm a little bit OCD and I want to be there when the movie starts. So I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't show up 30 minutes late because what if I was wrong?
Right. No, I'm the same way. I like being in my seat. If it starts at 1 o'clock, I like being in my seat 5 or 10 minutes early. You get your popcorn or whatever, get situated, and then, yeah, it is. There's nothing worse than, you plan for 2 hours and you're there for 2.5, 3 hours.
I kind of feel like movie theater, not the movie theaters, the people who go to the movies, they're a little IP'd out, meaning they're done with the intellectual property. They're done with the endless sequels and the endless remakes to the cartoon that was released 5 years ago, to the cartoon that was released 20 years ago. They've seen it. They want something new and original.
Yeah.
I don't know if providing a new ending to an old property is enough originality to get them to come. I say that, and they did that with Stitch, which went on to make $1 billion.
Right, and then are you mad at Toy Story 5?
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm scarred by Toy Story. I don't know if I can go see it in the theater. I need to be in a safe space with tissues.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. I went to see Toy Story, whatever, the one where they had like Obi-Wan and Walrus Man, where they redid the scene from the cantina. I went to see it just for that. And I've gone Monsters Inc. I went to see just to show because they had another Star Wars thing, ad before it. But
yeah, I'm surprised they haven't put Star Wars characters in Toy Story yet, because I guess they did in the Halloween special.
Oh, I didn't know there was a Halloween special.
Yeah, the Toy Story of Terror.
Oh.
And I think Obi-Wan is in the background.
Okay.
Anyway,
I've got to check that out.
Good toy show.
Yeah. It was a good. I enjoyed it, man.
It was a good day.
It was a good day.
Unfortunately, I didn't get anything.
Yeah, it does suck when you're trying to find something and you can't find it, or when you do find something you like, it's $500, or it's way out of your price range, which is sort of where I expect everything to be. Like I leave my hopes are very low when I go to a toy show.
Yeah.
Because I know I have everything. Or and what's bad is when you go to a toy show with a nice wad of cash in your pocket and you can't find anything. Where you finally are able to save up a few $100s, and you're like, all right, I can spend this without caring, and you can't find anything. That's what sucks.
For Father's Day this year, we went tubing in the mountains of Georgia, which was a fun experience. I like doing that. It's like a lazy river. You can be done in an hour and a half. They drive you up to a point in the river. They give you the inner tube. You just drop yourself in, and then you just glide on down. It's just such a relaxing experience, and everybody turns off their phone because you can't have it on the water, and everyone's just present. It's a good time. But while we were up there's a couple Walmarts in the mountains, and I stopped at one of them to pick up some snacks and obviously check their toys. They had was it the TIE Prototype, the TIE Advanced from Andor, the one that Cassian does in season 2.
Yeah.
They had that, so I picked that up for myself from Micro Galaxy Squadron.
Nice.
And they also had a blind pack from Series 11. It was already open. It was Hunter from Bad Batch.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, this is perfect because I don't have it. I don't need to take any risks in buying it. And so I was just able to pick it up. I didn't mind that it was open because I have all my blind packs open anyways. So I picked that up. The kids got me a bunch of Bath and Body Works, Mandalorian and Grogu stuff.
Oh, nice.
Soaps and body washes. There was a bar of soap and a candle. And I was like, guys, you're giving me a complex. You're telling me I smell. I get the hint.
Hey, guess what I got for Father's Day?
What?
I got soap, too. So my daughter was like, this isn't saying anything.
Yeah, so I was teasing with that. I also got a pair of, Mandalorian and Grogu pajama pants.
Nice.
But yeah, it was a good Father's Day, and that's really all I've picked up recently. I'm trying to remember. Did I tell the story about Burger King? It's this bi-weekly thing is
we're getting used to it.
Tough. I can't remember if I told the BK story.
No, you didn't. Because we talk a lot, but I don't remember what was the.
I think I did in the last.
Yeah,
episode.
I think you did too, where you had.
They were just like, here, just take it.
Yeah, and it was one you already had or something.
They gave me 3 that I didn't have.
Okay, that's awesome. I have seen people on Facebook Marketplace try to sell the cups, but I haven't reached out to anybody because I don't care that much. Yeah, I did get. I got the Sasquatch soap that they do. I got a pack of that. the 4-pack. So I'm like, do I save the packaging, or do I just, when I use it, throw it away? So I'm kind of holding on to it for now.
The way I look at it, are you starting your own museum?
No.
Then toss it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because, I do have a bunch of pops. It does stink because you try to hold on to the boxes for your collectibles, like the pops and the statues. And you just end up with a bunch of boxes full of boxes.
Yeah.
So, I probably will just throw it away, even though it's a cool box.
Are you watching on the Cinema Relics channel on YouTube the Star Wars?
The Saga Vault?
Saga Vault.
I have not seen the one for this week, but I did enjoy the Boba Fett one that they did.
I'm wondering if the Vault is that traveling experience that they talk about. Because they wanted to put together some sort of traveling exhibit that will go to different cities. I would imagine to test the water to see how this performs in what city, but also help raise money for their museum.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think the voting is a way for people to get involved and say, yeah, I want to see that prototype Boba Fett rocket firing thing on the experience.
Yeah, and I did think it was an interesting mix, because you had Gus, who had Jim Schwerenton sketch of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
And then you had Steve Sansweet brought out the Rocket Fett, and then I don't know who the other gentleman was, brought out pictures when Boba Fett went to Kenner.
That was Vic.
Okay, Vic. And then Duncan brought out the Halloween, the Ben Cooper costume, and I'm like, I was kind of like, okay, you have all these 3 heavy hitters, and then you have the Halloween costume, because it's like, because the Halloween costume you can find pretty regularly.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a common item in my eyes, or $100 item, and it's easy to get. The other 3 pieces were unobtainable unless you know somebody.
Yeah, but I also think it's important to have some of those obtainable items, because someone might go to that exhibit and say, oh, I remember having that as a kid. I should track that down and help spread the fandom a little bit. So I think you need to have some of that stuff, not all of it, but
right.
It would be helpful not to have each piece a mic drop.
Yeah.
The reason I bring it up, because one of them is a fan-made episode where it's all items made by fans. And there might be a specific ice cream set that's there.
That's going to be cool when that one ever comes out. It was funny to see that in the promo, because it was in the promo video.
Yeah. The
Railroad Hood popped in. So let's see where that goes. Yeah, it was funny, because you have like, I thought it was, and it's weird. You're watching this show where it's like, yeah, I know all these people. That's weird to me. When you
3 out of 4 have come to Rogue Fun.
Right. 3 of these people, I don't think Duncan's been to my house, but 2 of these people have been to my house. It's like, whoa. It's a very weird feeling when you've been in the hobby long enough and you start meeting the upper echelon of collectors. And they actually know who you are. It's weird when you're like scrolling Facebook and it's like, oh, Steve Sansweet liked your picture.
Yeah, they're all good people.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen, did you see the one? Because this one was Darth Vader, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yes, I've watched it.
Okay.
Some good stuff there.
Yeah, I just haven't been home enough. Because last night I was on, I recorded for Force, of course, so I haven't been home to see it yet. But yeah, I'm on the next episode of Force, of course, so listen there. We did a Rebels thing.
Rebels recap.
No, it was the Rebels theme songs. They do theme songs for people, so we did theme songs for...
Well, give people a preview, like, you had to do a theme song for Hera?
I had to do Hera, Thrawn, and Bendu. And I was like, oh, these are kind of... I was like, why did I get Bendu? I was kind of upset about Bendu, and then Ted had Grand Inquisitor, Kallus, and then he had Kanan. And I'm like, yeah, that one's even worse. Not that Kanan's bad, but, Grand Inquisitor and Kallus, you're like, those are not... You get a little bit of them, but they're not, like, main characters in the show.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was funny, because he'd reached out to me a couple of months ago. He'd reached out to me before, And then he reached out to me a couple of months ago and was like, here's your characters. And then I rushed and found songs for him. And then he's just like 2 months later, he's like, hey, are you ready to record? And so I was like, I didn't need to rush to get all my songs. But no, it was a good time. Those guys are great. Ted, Lauren, and Andrew, I really love those guys. We've only met Ted once, but it feels like we've known him forever. I was, I'm recording and I'm not even thinking, and they record on, Discord, and I'm just going about my day, and I click over because I wanted to find a message I had sent Ted, and I just shut down Discord in the middle of recording. And I was like, oh crap, so I had to go back and find it real quick. I'm sure it'll make a funny moment in the episode.
Yeah, you're going to convince him not to do guests anymore.
Yeah. No, I think it went really well. It'll be a fun episode. I'm looking forward to hearing it. What else? Is there anything else, Jason?
I'm trying to think.
It's hard when you're driving and we have no notes and we're going.
I do have some notes, but I'm driving, so I'm not going to pull them up. Because they released, and this is old news at this point, they released the top streaming Star Wars things on May 4th. And number one was Andor. A lot of original trilogy stuff. Nothing from sequel trilogy was streamed on. made the top 10.
Wow.
This year.
That's a lot. You would think that everything would make it.
Yeah, you got Clone Wars and your prequel trilogy. You've got Maul, Andor, Rogue One.
Because you got 9 movies.
There's 11.
11. Oh yeah.
Not including the Clone Wars.
Well, yeah, you got 9 Skywalker saga movies, and then Rogue One and Solo, and Mandalorian Grogu's not out yet on streaming, and then you've got all the series. There's a ton of series when you think about it.
Oh boy, we've got a new. Jeez.
Yeah, we got cut off by somebody getting on the interstate. So,
I don't know how to drive.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around nowadays, or at least on this drive. But that's crazy.
Even more with FIFA and Town.
Yeah, that's been fun. Have you made it to any of those?
No.
Are you that big of a soccer fan?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, I'll watch a game if it's on, but I've cut the cord, so I don't even know where to find it to put it on.
Right. It's on, I think, Apple Plus.
Which I don't have.
Oh, well, that's because Ted Lasso's not on it yet.
It's back, right?
In August. Sometime in August it comes back.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, it's either Paramount, one of the streaming, it's only showing them in Spanish.
Ay, Dios mío.
Goal! But yeah, I'm not into soccer. I was trying to get into the Atlanta team.
Football.
Yeah, football. I was trying to get into the Atlanta team, but the Atlanta United, but I don't. Maybe I can get an angry email from a soccer fan. It feels to me like it's like all the soccer teams are named like the United, or they just keep doing the same soccer names, unlike American football where it's a different mascot for every name, every team. I still think Atlanta missed it. They should have called it the Atlanta Terminus, which would have been fun. But
it's Atlanta United.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's tradition.
Yeah, I get it. Maybe I need to watch some more Ted Lasso.
Barbecue sauce.
What else, Jason?
How long have we been recording?
We're at 45 minutes.
Oh, well, I can stretch it out for 5 more minutes, I suppose. But I don't know what.
They are coming out. There's been a rumor of a new Fett Lego, which looks pretty cool. Boba Fett Lego.
That was another rumor for 2027.
Yeah? Was the Boba Fett?
Yeah, Boba Fett.
It looks like it's very, like a full, like a 12-inch, fully articulated, like very detailed Lego figure. But, there again, you're probably at $130 for it. I really want the chopper, but I haven't. If I saw the chopper today, I probably would have bought it just because I've been wanting it.
Is it a Lego set of a minifigure? So you're making a 12-inch minifigure out of small Legos?
No, it's a full size. It's a.
So you don't have to put anything together. It's just a 12-inch.
No, it's a big piece.
But you don't have to assemble it with Lego.
Yeah, no, you assemble it with Lego.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a big chopper.
It's a big model.
Yeah, it's a big model. It's probably a 12-inch chopper.
It's Chopper?
Chopper.
I thought it was Boba Fett.
There is a Boba Fett.
Is that one assembled?
No.
That one's just a minifigure.
No, this is a big, 12-inch, fully articulated figure.
Wait a minute. Who's on first?
What's on second?
I don't know.
He's on third.
Who?
Yes.
I want to know the name of the guy on first base.
Who?
Yes.
What?
The first baseman.
Who?
What's his name?
I don't know.
Third base.
Third base. But yeah, that's the new Lego thing. Any other rumors? Is there any other rumors?
I don't think so. I'm interested to see if there'll be a HasLab. There's been, like we said last time, no HasLab since Tron. Tron broke HasLab. I think they're probably rethinking their approach where, Star Wars is probably going to be pretty, it's at least going to get funded. So I'm interested to see if they do anything for this year, San Diego Comic-Con. Whether that's either an X-Men or a G.I. Joe or Star Wars, are they going to continue the HasLab program? Are they continuing to break that, pump the brakes?
I really think they need to cut the HasLab money-wise in half and quit asking people to spend $500+ on a HasLab. I think if they can get into that $200 to $250 range, it'll be better. What was the Rancor? Was it $3?
The Rancor was $350.
Yeah.
I think another problem is the number of backers needs to be cut down. It's going to be a $400 product, and we need 12,000 people to back it. Come on, that's just a money grab.
Yeah. And you still see a lot of, I think, and the problem with HasLab to this point, once you got past the sail barge, because that caught a lot of people off guard, and there was a lot of FOMO in it. Now you've got the fact, today, I saw a lot of HasLabs still in the boxes, still in the shipper box for sale.
Yeah, a couple Razor Crests.
Yeah. And they're probably selling for what they were selling for, $400 or $500.
They're just sitting there.
Yeah. Same thing with the Ghost. People are selling the Ghost for $600, which is what you ended up paying for it after taxes and shipping. And they can't sell it. So I really think they need to look at their numbers pretty hardcore as far as HasLab goes and do both. Like we said, prices need to come down and the number needs to come down. Unit number needs to come down, and then maybe they'll sell something. But I did see, I meant to send it to you. It was a picture of Patrick and Steve, and the Pam beam from The Office, which corporate wants us to tell us what's the difference between these pictures.
They're the same.
And they're the same. I was like, yeah, right about now, it feels the same.
Yeah, the thing that I don't like about the vintage collection is that it does feel at times that it's a lot of rinse and repeat. That there's just not a lot of creativity happening.
I mean, do you think his hands are tied?
I don't know. It looks like it. I don't know if the mandate from corporate is less is more. So, why are we getting another Darth Vader figure? Well, I know it's the 50th anniversary, but with that said, we just had one last year.
Yeah.
So, I'm just curious if it's another Kit Bash figure or what.
I mean, what could they do to that Darth Vader figure to make it different?
Nothing. I mean, we have plenty of Darth Vader figures.
Right. I mean, they've already had his helmet come off. They've already had his hand come off, right? I mean, it's nothing.
Yeah, the one that came out this year was the Emperor's Wrath with the translucent mask. So you can see the skeleton underneath it.
Yeah, we don't need that again. I mean, that was cool, but yeah, we can do without that. And it kind of, I don't know, if you didn't know what you were looking at, that figure got lost. The thought behind it got lost because it was just, it's a purple Darth Vader.
Yeah. So
yeah, I don't think we need another Darth Vader unless they're going to do something like, oh my God, do it.
Well, what do you want for the 50th?
See, they've already done everything that I think they need to do for the 50th. It would be, to me, for the 50th, I would re-release the first 12, which maybe they should have held off on the retro line and re-release the first 12 for the 50th, but they did that 3 years ago.
Yeah, but if their budget is tied up in, I don't know, like, if their budget allotment is only like 3 new figures a year, the rest you have to kit bash or reproduce.
Yeah, then you can't do that.
You can't do that. They're not going to make 12 new figures if that's what their mandate is.
Right. I mean, and there's no way you can kit bash the first 12. Could you? And then everybody, because I did see a Luke 6-inch Black Series in the store the other day, which looked like it was a new figure. It feels like they're already kind of jumping the gun on that kind of stuff, on the stuff that I would want to see for the 50th. Or maybe they do a father and son thing. I don't know. I don't know how you could repackage it and make it more than just put a sticker on it.
What if they painted them gold?
Oh, that would be awesome, like they did for the 40th.
The Rise of Skywalker, they had released one per trilogy or something. I don't remember.
Yeah,
nine movies, so there was 9 sets of figures. They were all gold.
Yeah, that, or they could make it where they're holographic. That would be cool.
Yeah, no.
Or carbonize it.
Yeah, no.
I did see. We were at Ollie's for Father's Day. We'd gone to Ollie's to kill a little bit of time, and they had the one of the sisters, whichever sister from Acolyte. They had a whole package, a whole thing for her, a whole case of her with that figure for like $5,
right.
And nobody bought any of them.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the other thing about these toy shows is they should be cognizant of what's going on at Ross, because there's people asking $25 for those Acolyte figures. It's like I could trip in Ross and find one for $5. Do you guys not know that? Do you think maybe they should hold off? I know they don't want to sit on stock, but they should know that like this is being offered at Ross or Ollie's for $5-6. They should hold on to this until that's not there anymore, and then try to sell it for $25.
I mean, it also depends on, I guess, when they got it. Did they get it when they first came out, or did they get it at Ross?
I would imagine they got it when it first came out.
Yeah, at that point, you just need to cut your losses and sell them for $10, especially if you're holding on the product. Because I know I've talked to vendors, and they do get to a point where it's like, I've just got to cut my losses because I need new product, and you sell stuff at a loss just to get rid of it.
I saw a lot of the Mall Shadowlord figures, Black Series, for $40.
What?
Yeah, and like I was at Target yesterday. I could have gotten them all except for Devin for the Target price.
Yeah.
I don't know, like if that's a move. Like you go to a toy show, it's the first time I've seen it. I'm just gonna buy it.
Right. You see, that was the issue I was having with that DeLorean that I saw. It was the first time I've ever seen it. I've seen it on the Facebook groups, but I'm not going to pay, $15. I guess is not that terrible, but it was $5 or $6 figure to begin with, or car to begin with. But yeah, I would feel ripped off if I paid $40 or something and I walked into Target and it's sitting there for like $25.
Well,
I guess the story is know what you're buying when you walk into these toy shows. Do some research.
Plan. Yeah,
I'm
looking for a vintage Return of the Jedi something along those lines.
Yeah. And I think that's sort of my problem a little bit too, because when I go to these toy shows, it's like I'm looking for this specific thing, which I'm probably never going to find in a toy show.
We're getting close to Atlanta because everyone's starting to slow down.
Uh-oh. So do you want to wrap it up so you can pay attention to traffic?
Sure. Thank you for listening to the Smuggler's Galaxy podcast. If you could, please leave a like and a 5-star review of the show anywhere you listen. It really helps us out and points people to our show. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can send us an email or message us. We love feedback, and we always love to make you part of the show. And if you do see us at a show, feel free to stop by and say hi, like Mackenzie. Our email address is smugglersgalaxy@gmail.com. Thank you to Afonso Riviera for the Smuggler's Galaxy logo. And thank you to Levi Waterhouse for the music. People collect for the love of it. Hashtag vote with your wallet. Pass on what you've learned.
This episode is brought to you by Google Health. Stop chasing someone else's definition of health. What matters is what's healthy for you. Google Health offers a new kind of coach built with Gemini for effortless tracking, sleep insights, and holistic coaching tailored to you. Visit googlestore.com to learn more and start a new relationship with your health. Requires Google account, Google Health app, internet, and Google Health premium subscription. Features subject to change. Availability and results vary. Not intended for medical purposes. Works independently of Gemini apps. Check responses for accuracy.
Suffering from dry, tired, irritated eyes? Don't let dry eyes win. Use Systane Pro. It hydrates, restores, and protects dry eyes for up to 12 hours. Systane Pro. Triple action dry eye relief.
Be a positive force in the collecting community. This is the way.
This is the way.